Thank you for your interest in learning more about Tooele Responds. I am glad to share it with you today, and I hope you are excited like I am to become involved with our community through Tooele Responds. You're wondering what exactly is Tooele Responds? Well, it is regular people like you and me coming together to help our community during a disaster, in the recovery after a disaster, and before a disaster ever happens. Tooele Responds not only consists of individuals, but also businesses and organizations of all types that want to make their community more resilient in the face of unpredictable hazards. Through Tooele Responds, we can be better prepared despite the unknowns of disaster. Let me share our mission statement: to build a network of individuals and groups who volunteer to provide coordinated support and services to their local community and its citizens in times of need. Notice a few key words. First, network of individuals and groups. Businesses, organizations, and individuals are encouraged to join. Second, coordinated support. Coordination of members, their skills, and resources is vital to the success of Tooele Responds. The idea stemmed from the fire in Tooele in July 2016. There were a lot of lessons learned. Number one being that we have a wonderful community that is very giving and that can do some amazing good. It was great to have the help, but at times, because it wasn't coordinated, problems arose. There will always be more storms, more disasters on the horizon. We don't know what kind or when, but we know they will come. Because of that, we know there will be a need for more resources and more help. But we don't like to focus on the negative. There are more benefits of Tooele Responds than just preparing for what is coming around the corner. Let me talk about 6 of those reasons. Emergency management is the government agency charged with creating the framework within which communities reduce vulnerability to hazards and cope with disasters. Emergency management seeks to promote safer, less vulnerable communities with the ability to cope with hazards and disasters. To do this, emergency management identifies what risks are in the community and what assets are in the community. Tooele Responds assists them by learning who can help, what skills and expertise they have, and what equipment and tools may be available to prepare for, respond to, and recover from disasters. Having people trained what to do in a disaster means that response can happen quicker and recovery can begin sooner. It also means that people are safer and can work more efficiently. But Tooele Responds isn't just about finding out what skills are already out there. It's about helping people learn more emergency response skills. Disasters are overwhelming. As such, they require the whole community, especially you and me, to take part in making our community more resilient toward hazards. When everyone looks for solutions and works together, recovery can be more efficient and expedited. It takes the whole community, especially you, to recover and thrive after a disaster. When we are part of a network of individuals, businesses, and organizations, we become more knowledgeable about the great people and resources within our communities. Joining together increases the power of service exponentially. Our community will become more resilient as we work together to prepare, plan, and mitigate for hazards that pose a risk. Forming relationships shows you are invested in the community and its resilience. There are never enough professional responders when there is a major event. That is why it is critical to train people in neighborhoods and in organizations and businesses so they can know how to be better prepared, and especially how to help their neighbors, families, and coworkers and community. It is important to know how to properly respond and what is the best way to help. Every disaster is different, but there are always key principles that are the same no matter what type of disaster, that are effective in helping a community recover. By learning those, we can help professionals do their job and can also help the community. When individuals, families, neighborhoods, workplaces, and communities are prepared, they are better able to cope with impacts of disasters. They have thought through the processes of what may need to take place after an event happens. When people are prepared, they are more likely to help their family or their neighborhood or their workplace or their community recover. Recovery starts with preparedness. Resilience starts with planning and learning. The more we learn and do, the more we can serve those around us. Tooele Responds has some goals which encompass these three areas. 1, bring all volunteers and volunteer opportunities together. 2, provide training for volunteers to help them respond during and after a disaster. 3, recruiting. Objectives include 1, unify and coordinate a volunteer registry group. 2, unite existing volunteer programs. 3, create a county-wide registry of volunteers and volunteer organizations. We want to bring all volunteer entities together. We have been working with Tooele County and with the respective cities in the county and developed a uniform volunteer application form. We have also developed a registry with a volunteer database. Further objectives: prepare training for volunteer positions. There are different types of training available for individuals to take. We will talk about them later. Another main objective for Tooele Responds is to be able to set up a volunteer coordination center. We have seen in past disasters the overwhelming response of volunteers. While this is a great asset to a community, it also causes some problems, and having a volunteer coordination center is one of the tools that emergency management uses to coordinate volunteer efforts effectively and safely. The last objective is to recruit new people to become part of Tooele Responds. The more people that are involved, the more capabilities we can provide after a disaster happens. There is so much that needs to be accomplished before, during, and after a disaster. Therefore, that means the need of more people who have the right skills. When we recruit people, we are not just hoping for event-based volunteers, but volunteers who have been trained and vetted by emergency management so that response and recovery can happen quickly and efficiently and especially safely. So, who can be part of Tooele Responds? As I said, the whole community. We encourage businesses and their employees, faith-based and community organizations and their members, and especially individuals to get involved. People are the lifeblood of a community, and they are part of organizations and businesses that help a community thrive. It is through people that resilience is possible. It is through organizations and businesses and their networks and connections that help a community's economy bounce back better after a disaster. It is through the whole community working toward a common goal of resilience that make recovering after a loss possible. There are different levels that businesses, organizations, and individuals can participate as a Tooele Responds member. We will talk about the business and organization levels quickly, and then we will talk about the individual levels. As a business, for Level 1, you enroll as a business sponsor and encourage your employees to register in Tooele Responds. In Level 2, you also promote employee training by hosting training at your location. In Level 3, your business also allows your employee volunteers to participate in an exercise or event at least once a year. In Level 4, your business will also provide support by donating time and/or goods or services. This is the level we hope you will choose as a participating business and sponsor of Tooele Responds. Here are the benefits of being a part of Tooele Responds. Tooele County Emergency Management has a notification system. By being a part of Tooele Responds, you can use it for internal business notifications if you'd like. When we have events, your logo can be displayed as a sponsor. Tooele Responds will be a 501c3 charitable organization. Every year, we will hold a recognition dinner, and you will be recognized as well as employees that are Tooele Responds participants at Level 3 or higher. Every 2 years, there will be a major exercise to practice skills and coordination. You will be invited to participate as we learn how to make our community more resilient and recover quicker through prior communication, collaboration, coordination, and cooperation. There will be many opportunities to receive training and participate with different response teams. All employees will have the opportunity to become trained through online, classroom, and hands-on training. These are pictures of recovery from Joplin. Businesses play a great role in the recovery processes for communities. You can help the communities in Tooele County become better prepared and better able to recover through your involvement before, during, and after a disaster. These are examples of local businesses who have partnered with TCEM after a disaster. The same level structure exists for organizations that exist for businesses. We also hope organizations will encourage members to be an individual volunteer with Tooele Responds. The benefits are much the same also. Your organization can use Tooele County Emergency Management's notification system for internal organizational use. Your logo can be displayed at events as a participant and sponsor of Tooele Responds. As an organization, you would be able to participate in a major exercise with Tooele County Emergency Management, held about every 2 years. Receive recognition of your organization and your members that are Tooele Responds Level 3 participants or higher at an annual dinner. Information about training and other opportunities will be given to your organization to help you and your members know how they can help in Tooele Responds. Organizations and faith-based organizations are valuable partners when it comes to recovery support. Examples locally are Team Rubicon, the Southern Baptists, and LDS Charities, each of which has helped in past disasters. Individuals can upgrade to different levels in Tooele Responds. The first level is a volunteer who has given us contact information and becomes an event-based volunteer. That means that if an event happens, a person may get called, but the people who are on higher levels will be called upon first. Level 1 volunteers want to help, but don't want to spend significant time volunteering and training, but who are ready to respond correctly and efficiently. This type of volunteer is beneficial for us because we have people we know we can call on should we become overwhelmed. For the most part, we would encourage volunteers to work toward higher levels of participation. Level 2 is the basic volunteer who has done all of the Level 1 steps and completed some type of training. There will also be a background check at this level, and a Tooele Responds volunteer will receive a volunteer badge after all criteria are met. We hope that most people will want to be at a Level 3 or higher because these types of volunteers have had specialized training and can be leaders in different areas of response and recovery. These types of volunteers want to remain active and involved with Tooele Responds by helping promote Tooele Responds and participate in events and trainings. The specialized training required for Level 3 is to be CERT trained, American Red Cross trained, or have amateur radio skills, or be a part of the Medical Reserve Corps. Also, a person who has been trained with some EOC operations qualifies for Level 3. Level 4 is more specialized in different types of training and skills. This level involves people who have been trained in volunteer coordination, Red Cross shelter management, or as a Red Cross disaster action team member. Level 4 also means being actively involved in keeping Tooele Responds an active, strong anchor in the community of Tooele County. Level 4 is part of the leadership teams and essential functions of Tooele Responds. There are so many benefits for being a part of Tooele Responds. As a Tooele Responds volunteer, from Level 2 on up, you will be immediately notified through Tooele Alerts directly from Emergency Management to respond for a specific task. You will receive a badge and certification for each level completed. As a Tooele Responds volunteer, you will receive recognition at a yearly dinner and be able to participate in events and exercises held by Tooele County Emergency Management. And most of all, you will benefit by being prepared and ready to respond and help your community when you are needed with your skills and leadership. You will be ready to respond to an incident by developing relationships in the community so you can provide coordinated support in times of need. Probably the greatest benefit is the opportunity to learn and know more to become better prepared and more resilient. By doing so, you help the community to be more resilient through your example and your service. you have the opportunity to do great things for yourself, your family, and your community. Resilience is the key to recovery. It should exist at every level of the whole community, but most importantly, in the residents of the community. It is the heart and the preparedness and the volunteer effort and skills that make all the difference. By being part of Tooele Responds, you contribute to greater resilience in the community, and recovery can become that much better and faster. You are the whole community. As a business, as an organization, or as an individual, you have the greatest impact on how our community, the whole community, recovers. There is more to know, and we have some more information about us. But for now, please join us and be a part of something great. Sign up today and work toward being better prepared with Tooele Responds.